Let me ask you a simple but powerful question. When you stand up from a chair, do you feel strong, steady, and confident? Or do you hesitate for a moment because your legs don't feel like they used to? As a doctor, I see this every single day. Strong, intelligent, capable people who haven't lost their will, but their legs are slowly giving up on them. And it's not just about muscles. That's about independence. That's about dignity. That's about living life on your terms. We've been told that weak legs are just a normal part of aging, that after 60 or 70, it's expected to slow down, to struggle with stairs, to fear a fall. But I'm here to tell you something very important today. Weak legs are not inevitable. Your body wants to be strong. Your muscles want to grow. Your bones want support. Even later in life, your body is still listening to what you feed it. Many people turn to bone broth, and yes, bone broth has benefits. But today, I want to talk about something even more powerful, more complete, and more effective for building strong legs in seniors. One simple food, affordable, natural, packed with exactly what aging muscles are starving for. And the best part, your body already knows how to use it. This isn't about magic supplements. This isn't about extreme workouts. This is about giving your body the raw materials it needs to rebuild strength from the inside out. If you've noticed, difficulty standing up, shaky legs, slower walking, fear of falling, loss of muscle tone, this message is for you because strength is not just for the young. Strength is for anyone who chooses to support their biology. Leg. Strength is life strength. Your legs are not just muscles, they are your foundation. They allow you to walk, balance, climb stairs, carry groceries, play with grandchildren, and live independently. When leg strength declines, everything changes. The risk of falls increases, confidence drops, mobility decreases, social life shrinks, health declines faster. This condition has a name, sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss. And here's the truth most people never hear. Sarcopenia is driven more by nutrition than by age itself. As we get older, our bodies become less efficient at using protein. That means seniors actually need more high-quality protein, not less. Yet many older adults are eating low-protein diets filled with processed foods that do nothing for muscle repair. Muscle is not built from calories. Muscle is built from amino acids, especially one called leucine, which directly signals muscle growth. And this brings us to the star of today's message. Most people believe that weak legs are simply a natural consequence of getting older. They think muscle loss is unavoidable, that slowing down is just part of the deal, and that nothing can really be done about it. But that belief is one of the biggest problems I see in my practice. The real issue is not age itself. The real issue is what the body is no longer receiving as the years go by. As we age, our muscles become less sensitive to the signals that tell them to grow and repair. This means the same amount of protein that once maintained strength is no longer enough. The body still wants to build muscle, but it needs a stronger signal and better raw materials to do so. When those materials are missing, the body has no choice but to break muscle down instead of building it back up. This is how weakness slowly creeps in. One of the biggest drivers of this problem is inadequate protein intake, especially high-quality, complete protein. Many seniors are eating smaller meals, skipping breakfast, or relying on soft processed foods that are easy to chew but poor in nutrition. These foods may fill the stomach, but they do not feed the muscles. Without enough essential amino acids, particularly leucine, muscle tissue cannot repair itself after everyday use. Walking, standing, or climbing stairs begins to wear muscles down instead of strengthening them. This loss of muscle doesn't happen in isolation. Weak muscles affect the nerves that control them. When nutrients like vitamin B12 are low, nerve signals slow down. Legs may feel heavy, unsteady, or weak, not because the person is lazy or inactive, but because the communication between the brain and muscles is compromised. Balance becomes shaky, reaction time slows, and the fear of falling begins to take hold. Once that fear sets in, a dangerous cycle begins. People move less because they are afraid. Moving less leads to even more muscle loss. More muscle loss increases instability, which further increases fear. Over time, this cycle can shrink a person's world. Simple activities like walking to the market, standing in the kitchen, or visiting friends start to feel exhausting or risky. Long-term, weak legs increase the risk of falls and fractures, which can be life-changing events for seniors. A single fall can lead to hospitalization, loss of independence, or long recovery periods where even more muscle is lost. This is why leg weakness is not just a comfort issue. It is a serious health issue. It affects mobility, confidence, mental well-being, and overall longevity. The most important thing to understand is that this decline is not a failure of willpower. It is a failure of support. The body is doing exactly what it is programmed to do when it does not receive the nutrients it needs. When muscles are properly fed, they respond. Even later in life, muscle tissue remains surprisingly adaptable. The problem is not that seniors cannot build strength. The problem is that their muscles have been quietly starving and they've never been told that feeding them properly could change everything. Now let's talk about the solution, because this is where real hope comes in. When people hear that one simple food can make a meaningful difference, they often expect something exotic or expensive. But the truth is, the most powerful solutions are usually the simplest. Eggs are one of the most complete and efficient foods the human body can use to rebuild strength, especially in the legs. Eggs provide a full spectrum of essential amino acids in the exact proportions your muscles need. This is critical because muscle is not built from calories alone. It is built from specific building blocks. One of the most important of these is leucine, an amino acid that acts like a switch for muscle growth. Leucine directly activates the pathway that tells your body it's time to repair and rebuild muscle. Without enough leucine, that signal stays weak, no matter how much you move or exercise. As we age, our muscles become more resistant to that growth signal. This means seniors need a stronger, clearer message to trigger muscle repair. Eggs deliver that message efficiently. The protein in eggs is highly bioavailable, which means your body doesn't struggle to digest or use it. Almost everything in an egg is absorbed and put to work, making it far more effective than many plant-based or heavily processed protein sources. But eggs don't just support muscles, they also nourish the nervous system. Vitamin B12 found naturally in eggs plays a key role in maintaining healthy nerve function. Strong legs depend on strong communication between the brain and the muscles. When that connection is supported, movements become smoother, balance improves, and the feeling of heaviness or instability in the legs often begins to fade. The yolk, which many people have been taught to fear, is actually where much of the power lies. It contains healthy fats that support hormone production, including hormones involved in muscle maintenance and recovery. It also provides choline, a nutrient essential for muscle coordination and nerve signaling. Removing the yolk removes much of what makes eggs so effective. The key is consistency, not perfection. Eating 2 to 3 eggs a day, especially earlier in the day, gives your body a steady supply of the nutrients it needs to rebuild. Pairing this with gentle, regular movement, such as walking, standing up from a chair multiple times, or light leg exercises, amplifies the effect. Movement tells the body where to send the nutrients. Protein provides the materials to do the work. Over time, this combination can lead to noticeable changes. Standing up feels easier, walking becomes more confident, fatigue decreases. These improvements are not sudden miracles, but steady progress, which is exactly how the body prefers to heal and strengthen itself. The most important message is this: your body is ready to respond. It has not given up on you. By supplying it with the right fuel and using it gently but regularly, you allow your natural strength to reemerge. Something as simple as adding eggs back into your daily routine can become a powerful step towards stronger legs, better balance, and a more independent life. Your body is not broken. It is underfed and undersupported. When you give your body what it needs, it responds at any age. You are not too old to be strong. You are not too late to rebuild. You are not destined to be weak. Start today. Eat with intention, move with purpose, choose strength, because strong legs mean freedom, and freedom is worth fighting for, one meal at a time.